Today, we will talk about how to grow tomatoes in a greenhouse. Let's have a look at the details. Tomatoes are the most popular greenhouse crop on the planet. With good temperature control and plenty of light, greenhouse growers in most areas of the world can get 2 tomato crops per year. Indoor conditions do require more careful handling to prevent disease and successfully pollinate the flowers. The first step is setting up. Check temperature. Tomatoes grow best at daytime temperatures of 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit and nighttime temperatures of 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure you can maintain these temperatures in your greenhouse for several months before you plant. Select a tomato variety. There are thousands of tomato varieties, so for detailed information it's best to talk to local growers. However, tomatoes marketed as greenhouse varieties are more tolerant of greenhouse conditions. The letters V, F, N, T, and A after the name mean the variety is resistant to disease. Choose a growing medium. Tomatoes can grow in any well-draining material. You can use your preferred soil-less mix. Perlite bags or rock wool slabs are the cheapest options in many areas. Some growers prefer a 1:1 mix of sphagnum peat moss and vermiculite. Install an irrigation system. Most growers install drip tubing to deliver water to each plant. A fertilizer injector attached to the tubing can automate fertilizing as well. The second step is planting. Fill a starting tray with potting mix. Wash the tray thoroughly with soap and water to disinfect it. If you use soil, make sure it is sterile. Plant each seed in its own cup. Cover lightly with the potting mix. Moisten with water or dilute nutrient solution. Use plain water for soil or seedling nutrient solution for soil-less mixes. Water regularly to keep the mix damp. Keep the tray on a warm windowsill. Do not bring the seeds into the greenhouse until they've sprouted, so you can check for disease and pests. Provide plenty of sunlight and keep the temperature at 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. Transplant to larger containers. Transplant the seedlings to small pots in the greenhouse about 2 weeks after they emerge. After 6 to 8 weeks, or once seedlings are 4 to 6 inches tall, transplant them to larger pots or bags. Adjust pH and calcium levels. Before the final transplant, you may want to check soil pH, which ideally falls between 5.8 and 6.8. If your soil is too acidic, add about 1 teaspoon hydrated lime for each gallon of potting mix. And the third step is caring for the plants. Fertilize regularly. Start fertilizing the day you transplant the tomatoes into their final pot. Use a complete fertilizer high in nitrogen and potassium. Dilute and apply the fertilizer according to label instructions. Remove suckers weekly. Once a week, pinch off suckers or side shoots that emerge where a leaf meets the main stem. Leave only the main bud at the top of the stem, plus the highest sucker below it. This trains the plant to grow upward instead of wide. Stake the tomato plants. Tie the plants loosely to stakes with twine to keep them upright as they grow. Use plastic garden clips where necessary to secure the twine. Pollinate the flowers. Unlike many plants, a tomato can pollinate itself, but it needs some help. Since most greenhouses lack bees or high wind, you'll need to act as the pollinator once flowers are fully open. Prune leaves and fruit. Apart from weekly sucker removal, pruning is not necessary until the plant starts to fruit. Once fruits start to grow, thin each cluster down to 4 or 5 fruits, removing the smallest or most misshapen. Harvest as late as possible. The longer the tomatoes stay on the vine, the fuller and redder they become. Commercial growers typically pick a little early, when the fruit is 60 to 90% red, to allow for time in shipping. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you like our videos.